Hello, it is Social Media Saturday, May 30th, 2020. Steve Sipress here, and I was a little remiss yesterday in my relaying of the record heat we're having here in May in the sunny Phoenix, Arizona area. I said the temperature yesterday was around 107 or so. It was 112. Record-setting temperature, and today also around 110 or something. A little cooler up here in the mountains, but still absolutely crazy. Hence the old dip in the pool, and also why a lot of people go up north when the country is actually functioning normal and not during a disastrous great lockdown destruction of the entire country. But I digress. So Social Media Saturday. And I want to talk about Facebook advertising. I've been fielding a bunch of calls. You know, if you go to helpfromsteve.com, I get on the phone with you. Can't spend all day, but I'll give you some help with anything about effective advertising, marketing, and sales. Whatever brings in the money, the lifeblood of your business, I can help you out, point you in the right direction. And I spoke to a bunch of people recently that are having all kinds of issues with Facebook ads. And you know, no matter what you read on the Facebook.com site itself about how to advertise, you don't want to fall for that. It's pretty much like everything else in your business. It's not for you to do as the business owner. Your first question you always ask whenever you want anything done is not how, it's who. It's not how do I do it, it's who do I get to do it. At the very least, get some expert advice before you venture off into Facebook ad land where they'll just take all your money and you'll be left with nothing in return, and then you'll say Facebook ads don't work, Steve, and blah, 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 and, you know, very common blaming everything else except for other than looking in the mirror. So here's the thing people don't realize. I had somebody who got their Facebook ads disapproved, which happens for people who don't know what they're doing much more often than not. Your ad's very difficult to get them approved if you don't do everything extremely, extremely by the book. Facebook with tremendous number of requirements, very specific. And this person didn't realize, so I figured I'll share it here on Social Media Saturday in case you're not realizing it either, that you can have everything right and by the book in your Facebook ad, but Facebook is also looking at the page that the ad directs people to, colloquially known as a landing page, whatever page they're landing on from the ad. It can be your home page or your website. It can be somebody else's website. It can be one of the thousands of pages on your website or somebody else's website. It can be any page at all, but the page that somebody lands on when they click on the ad is called the landing page, and that landing page has tons of requirements also, just like the ad does itself. So you can have your ad disapproved, even though everything is perfectly in line in the ad, if there's something off about the page that the ad goes to, known as a landing page. And somebody, you know, I asked somebody, I get, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 friend requests a day from people I've never heard of that I don't know. And I always, on Facebook, and I always start a conversation. You've heard me talk about this before, and ask, you know, who you are and why the connection and what's going on. And I always chuckle when people go, well, you popped up as a suggested connection, so I clicked. And I'm like, you just click on everybody Facebook suggests, and then almost never the answer is yes. So now it goes back to, well, that's why I asked, why me? But anyway, I digress. So I always start a conversation, and this person, you know, was starting to tell me about what he did, and he described it in all kinds of terms that not only would violate and do violate all the approval standards of Facebook advertising and the website that the ad would lead to. So if he has any of this on his website and ever does a Facebook ad, he'll just be disapproved. I was going to say he's throwing his money away, but he's just throwing his time away and having tremendous frustration and not being able to make money, because he'll go, what the heck? The ad looks like it's following all the rules. But this is what he was doing. He was what Facebook calls calling out the audience. So he was telling me that he helps frustrated professionals or underperforming professionals, you know, make more money, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why the description of your ideal target who? If your target audience, why that kind of description? Not only does Facebook not allow it, they don't like when you say things like, hey, are you overweight? Looking to lose weight? Are you frustrated by XYZ? Is your Facebook ad getting disapproved and underperforming? They don't like when you call out the audience. That's up to them. Let Facebook call out your audience. They know who to show your ad to. They know, and not to mention the people that are seeing your ad, the ones that see it and don't feel they're in that target audience just won't click on it. Let people decide for themselves. Am I frustrated? Just tell them what you do. Okay, so you don't want to call out who they are. So this is 2 tips in 1 here on Social Media Saturday. So even if your ad looks beautifully in line, people are not going to, Facebook's not going to approve it if it clicks over the website that makes that mistake, or one of dozens or hundreds of others of reasons why Facebook disallows an ad. And that's another reason why Facebook will not show posts like that to anywhere near as many people as you could have it shown to if you say any of that nonsense by calling out your viewer, your reader, your ideal target who. As they say in the WOW strategy, the first W stands for the who. Who would you ideally like to come running to you, credit card in hand, begging to do business with you? Don't call them out. There's a reason why Facebook doesn't like that and disapproves the ads, whether it's in the ad or on your website or anywhere that people are going to see. It's just not a good thing to do. Let people call themselves out. Make sense? So if I'm, in the old days, if I looked through the yellow pages for an orthopedist, I know I have a broken bone. That's why I'm looking for an orthopedist. There wasn't a heading in the yellow pages saying, actually, now that I think about it, I spent 3.5 years as a consultant with the Yellow Pages publisher, and there weren't a lot of really dumb ads that called out the person saying, have a broken bone? Call Dr. So-and-so, like terrible headline. So don't use that, okay? Take a hint from Facebook that doesn't even allow it in an ad. Don't use it anywhere. And understand the main lesson of today's Social Media Saturday lesson is that your ad, even though it seems to you perfectly in compliance, if it leads to a web page that is not in compliance, including having all the links, privacy policy, terms and disclaimers, and contact us, all that kind of stuff, anything missing at all, no matter how good the ad looks, ad's going to be disapproved. Moral of the story, bottom line, get expert advice when you do anything in your business, but certainly when you're putting money on the line, which is anything in your business, actually. If you have any overhead at all and you're paying any kind of bills and you need any kind of money coming in, get expert advice. Not the time to be a lone ranger and think you can do everything on your own. The world is a complicated place. The myth of the solopreneur, there's even a word for it, but it might as well just be called loserpreneur. Big mistake. Okay, so you can be a, quote, solopreneur, have a one-person business, but you got to be getting advice and all different things from all kinds of people, all high achievers. Get advice from multiple people. If you're Tiger Woods, it's a solo sport, golf. Yeah, but he's got a driving swing coach and a putting coach and a short game coach, and he's got a nutrition coach, and he's got a media coach, and he's got a PR person, he's got an agent for this and that, he's got financial coaches, he's got travel experts that book all his travel and book him into the tournaments and blah, blah, blah. He's probably got dozens and dozens of advisors. So nobody is a lone ranger if you're going to be successful. I dare you to challenge me on that one and show me that you are a mega success even though you never get any help from anybody. And that'll do it for Social Media Saturday. I might just take another dip in the pool as it is still at 6:30 at night, probably around 105 degrees today. But it's a dry heat, as they say, like sticking your head in an oven. Speaking of which, I will be back taking another dip in my pool tomorrow, and I will catch you then on Sunday Fun Day. Over and out. Bye-bye.